So are you thinking about moving to Chattanooga or Cleveland? Maybe you've already heard a lot of really great things, and most of them are true. But there are a few things that I really wish someone had told me before I packed up and made the move myself. So today I am going to spill the tea, but not sweet tea, because here in Tennessee I might get kicked out for that. But let's just call it unsweet tea. Just the honest, unfiltered stuff that you need to know before you decide to call this place home. First up is going to be the allergies. They are rough. It's something that I really didn't see coming. The pollen here is really next level, because in the spring, the cars just turn this bright yellow overnight. My car is dark blue, and it gets that kind of Ziploc bag effect where it just turns green. And if you're anywhere near the Tennessee Riverwalk or hiking Lookout Mountain in April, your sinuses are gonna let you know. A lot of folks that I know have never had allergy issues before, and when they got down here, it just seemed to get really bad for them, and now they are all reaching daily for their Claritin. And it's not just the pollen. So we're also high on the allergy charts for mold and ragweed, especially around the wooded neighborhoods like Signal Mountain or Red Bank. It's a beautiful place to live, but if you're sensitive to air quality, having a good HVAC filter or dehumidifier and also a local allergist number that is on speed dial, that is going to be a great idea. And we really do have an abundance of allergy clinics here. You'll also notice that folks here talk about the pollen like it's the weather. They'll say like, whew, that oak, that got me good today. So you're definitely not going to be alone. It's just one of those local rites of passage. Now, number two is going to be the traffic. Now, it isn't terrible, but it can be tricky. People, my wife Megan included, love to say, well, at least it's not Atlanta. And that is true, but Chattanooga traffic can sneak up on you in weird ways. I-24 through the Ridge Cut is notorious. It's narrow, curvy, and it backs up fast during rush hour or even if there is a hint of rain. And if you're trying to get out around the Hamilton Place area on a weekend, it can feel like everybody in town had that exact same idea. They were just all going to Target and Chick-fil-A the same day. And the same thing goes for Cleveland. If you're traveling Paul Huff and you get to that Lee Highway intersection, it can get super congested during lunch hour, especially there right by that Walmart. But once you learn the local cut-throughs, like back of Shallowford Road or Dalton Pike, you're gonna find your rhythm. And watch out for those school zones. Areas around Ottawa, for example, can get packed at pickup and drop-off times. I always tell folks, try to build in an extra 10 minutes until you figure out your new routine. Now, I'm old enough to remember walking to and from school, but not so old that it was 4 miles in snow uphill each way. Did you walk to school when you were a kid? Let me know down in the comments. Now, number 3 is going to be bugs, and more bugs. So here's a fun one. Summer nights here are beautiful, but they're also a buffet for the mosquitoes. Now, if you're hanging out on your porch in North Shore or around the lake in Harrison, you'll want citronella candles, bug spray, and probably a screened-in porch if you can get it. In Cleveland, especially in the older areas like Blythe Oldfield or East Cleveland, I've seen fire ants take over an entire front yard. And termites are also common in older homes that haven't been treated. Most folks here do use quarterly pest control services, and that's just part of home ownership here in the South. Oh, and don't be alarmed if you see something called a palmetto bug in your house. It's a big old flying roach, and it's as gross as it sounds. So welcome to Tennessee. And at number 4, making friends takes a little time. Southern hospitality is real. People will wave at you from the porch, make small talk in line at Publix, and bring over a casserole if you had a rough week. But real close friendships, that's a slower process. It's not coldness, it's just more of a traditional culture where people really want to build trust gradually. Take neighborhoods like Hickson or Ottawa. It might take a few months before someone invites you over for a cookout, but once they do, you are in for life. Want a great way to plug in? Volunteer. Places like McCamey Animal Center, Chambliss Center for Children, and the Food Bank downtown are always looking for help. And if you're in Cleveland, go ahead and check out the Caring Place or Tri-State Therapeutic Riding Center in McDonald. Showing up regularly makes you part of the community. And don't forget to like local Facebook groups like Chattanooga Life or What's Up Cleveland, Tennessee. There's a lot of fun banter, lost dog alerts, and people looking for restaurant recommendations. It's low-stakes socializing that sometimes can lead to real connections. Hey, I'm Chris Roberts, your experienced, licensed real estate agent right here in the Chattanooga region, serving areas from Georgia all the way up to Cleveland, Tennessee. Now, I understand that buying or selling a home is a significant decision, and I am here to help guide you every step of the way on your timeline. So whether you're considering a move in the coming weeks or months, let's have a conversation about your goal. You can connect with me through the link that's right below, or feel free to call or text me from the number that you'll see right here on the screen. And you can even just send me an email today. And number 5, you'll probably need a car. Here's the deal. If you're moving here from a big city like New York or even Nashville, our public transit is going to feel a little underwhelming. Chattanooga does have CARTA buses, and there's a free electric shuttle downtown, which is awesome if you're near places like UTC or the South Side. But if you're living in areas like Appleton or Sale Creek or even downtown Cleveland, you're gonna need your own set of wheels. Groceries, doctor's appointments, even getting to a job interview, it all pretty much requires a car. And if you're planning on working remotely or commuting between Chattanooga and Cleveland, just make sure that your car's AC works, because that summer heat is no joke, and add stop and go traffic, it's not fun. That said, parking is easy and usually is free or pretty cheap even downtown. So while it's not a super walkable city in the traditional sense, it's car friendly in most other ways. Number 6, our weather has mood swings. Tennessee weather doesn't make up its mind. One day it's 75 and sunny, and the next morning you're scraping ice off your windshield. Seriously, just this morning I forgot that I had left my window open last night because it was absolutely gorgeous out, and I thought I had frostbite on my nose with how cold it got overnight. Now, we do get severe thunderstorms in the spring, some super humid heat in the summer, and the occasional snow that shuts down the entire area. Just the roads are not prepped for snow or ice, so even a dusting in places like Signal Mountain or out in Georgetown can make travel pretty dicey. Now, we also sit in what's called Dixie Alley, and that means that we do get tornadoes, especially in areas like East Brainerd, which saw a pretty devastating one back in 2020. So having a weather app with alerts and a plan for shelter isn't overkill, it's just really smart. The weather in general, though, is pretty tame in the area, as the mountains around us seem to block a lot of that really nasty stuff from impacting us. The upside is that we get all 4 seasons, though sometimes it does feel like those 4 seasons can happen all within 48 hours. The falls here are gorgeous, and the storms do tend to pass quickly. Just maybe don't sell your snow boots or those flip-flops just yet. Now, number 7 is going to be a question that I get asked quite often, and that's, why is there a mobile home next to a $600,000 house? This one surprises almost everyone. You'll be driving through an area like Ottawa and see these gorgeous new construction homes, some of them $600K or more, sitting right next to a single-wide mobile home with a dozen lawn ornaments and a rooster out front. So what's going on here? Well, a lot of Tennessee land is unrestricted, and that just means that it has no zoning or HOA rules. Families pass down land for generations, and there's often no requirement to change what's already there. So that trailer might have been placed there in 1982, and as long as the taxes are paid, it's staying put. This doesn't mean the areas are unsafe or unwelcoming. It just means that you need a real estate agent like this guy who can help you understand what's next door and what could end up there in 5 years. Like where I live, for example, there is a good mix of manufactured homes and site-built homes. And the neighbors who have been there for generations are always the first ones out if a tree falls into the road to clear a path for the rest of us. Now, if you're looking at property near Birchwood or in Polk County, ask a lot of questions about land use and future development plans. Sometimes the best deals are in those areas, which is why I bought out here. So you just want to go in with your eyes wide open. Now, those are just a few of the things that surprised me the most about living in the Chattanooga and Cleveland areas. None of them were deal breakers, but all of them kind of would have been nice to know ahead of time. Now, if you're thinking about making a move to Chattanooga or Cleveland, I would love to be a resource for you. Whether you're still in the early stages or ready to start house hunting right now, I can help you find the perfect fit and avoid some of these surprises along the way. So get in touch with me through that link below, even if it's just to ask some questions or get some honest insight. I have helped a lot of people relocate here, and I am always happy to share what I've learned, both the good and the weird. And if this video helped you at all, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And be sure to check out this playlist here for more about what it'll be like for you to live your best life in Chattanooga.